Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Ruthless Trading live trading video recap. This is capturing my trades from the day before, all live streamed to the members of the Ruthless Trading Discord community. In real time, we trade every day from about 9:15 to 11:30. What I mean by live, this is not a pre-recorded trading session where I come back and talk about the trade. This was the exact same trading commentary streamed to the members in the Discord community all in real time. All I've done is recorded the trading session as they played out and posted here to YouTube for your education and enjoyment. If you're interested in joining our trading community and learning more about how to trade, I'll post a link to the Discord below. Got some great members in the community. We've got a lot of experience within the community, including myself and some others that have been trading for, 10 plus years. We got some traders in there that have been trading, from 6 months to a year that are kind of just getting started in their journey, kind of soaking up information from some of the more experienced traders in there. And then, of course, we got brand new traders in there, never traded before, looking to jump in. They join the Discord. It's free to join. They ask a bunch of questions. Either myself or other experienced traders will go in there and help answer them. So enjoy the recap here and look forward to seeing you into the community.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is April 16th, currently 9:48 in the market. Market continuing to have these big pullbacks here. So market all the way down here, this 503.20 area. Take a quick look at the daily chart here. You can see the massive pullback we had yesterday. Right now we're kind of trending below this 505.20 area. We have room to fall all the way down to this 525 area. That is what I'm going to be looking for. Looking to go short here on the day. Just going to be looking for some good entries here to take the shorts. Other good thing, market two back-to-back big pullback days. NVIDIA here, I put in the short-term trade alert, started to scale my way into that put. Cost average on that put is 114 bucks. It's currently at 121 bucks, so looking good on that put again. That's going to be a longer-term hold on that put. Going to be looking here for this to pop up. If you get a little upper shadow by the 9, this could be a good short here to try to scalp. But really the best opportunity is going to be up to this 20 moving average here. So looking here, looking to jump in on the short side here on this one. We'll take a starter here.
Order filled.
So I'm going to add there.
filled.
I'm gonna take one contract here, a profit. Put a stop loss up here. Break even on the last one.
Stop filled.
Then we'll set some higher limit orders here toward this VWAP area. So let's see. Trying to get a little bounce here. Keeps kind of trending in between this 9 and 20 moving average here. This could go either way. Still having trouble right around that 20 moving average. What I'd like to see is that quick little upper shadow here. So let's see if we can get this quick pop up here toward this VWAP area. I'd love to get filled here on the short side. A quick little run up here. So let's see. Let's see if this is going to run up toward that VWAP area. There we go. Quick little pop here.
Order filled.
We'll get filled here. A lot of volume kind of coming in here to the upside. We do want to be careful on this.
Order filled.
Ooh, we just closed above the VWAP here. right, a lot of momentum here coming back into the upside here. So looks like we're going to start to try to change directions here as the 9's kind of cross over the 20, kind of trading above the VWAP. We do have this 200 moving average resistance here. So we're going to try to get filled into here, but as soon as I see this pop back down toward that VWAP area, we do want to look to get out of this.
Order filled.
There we go. So market going on a strong reversal here. So we're going to be looking to get out of this. We're going to be looking for the pullback here so we can get out.
Order filled.
There's the 200 moving average here. Woo!
Order filled.
Market rolling here to the upside. So again, we're looking for the 1 minute pullback here, looking for this to kind of calm back down, get that little upper shadow, that little 1 minute pullback will start to get filled here as it pulls back, kind of limit our risk. But we did pop right up to that 504.94. That was the open on the day. That'll hold up as a little bit of resistance here. So let's be ready. Let's look for this 1 minute pullback back down toward the VWAP. I'm going to be ready to get out here. Just because we're on the wrong side of this here. So back into the green. Looking for this to pull back down toward the VWAP so it can start to get filled here and actually make a little bit of
Order
money.
filled.
So making a little bit of money here on the pullback. We want to see this pullback right down to the VWAP here.
Order filled.
So making money here on the way down, just a little bit more. Let's see if we get a little VWAP crack here.
Order filled.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's finish this off here. I'm going to take that.
Order filled.
We'll take that right there. We'll take that. That's what we wanted here. Make sure we're out. So $553 or $553 here. Here. Continuing to pull back here as well. So nice little trade. Like I said, we kind of scaled our way into the short side here to the upside. Got rejected right there at that 504.94. You can see it there marked out on the SPY chart, that orange dotted line. That was the open on the day that we talked about, that 505.20 area. Coming right up to it and getting that nice little pullback. So that is going to bring this account here to $53,002.50. So this is the evaluation account. So this account now will be funded. So I am not going to pull the trigger on any of their trades because this is going to turn into the funded account now. So the evaluation has been passed here through Apex. But we'll continue to watch here. Now that this is like back below the VWAP here, this is probably going to try to continue down. Not bad here. So tomorrow we'll start the funded account here with Apex, and again we'll grind that account out. Like I said, all I'm looking to do is get one payout out of it, and then I'm going to be done with it. And I'm going to be trading my back to my own account. here. But like I said, I had so many people ask me about these prop firms, what I thought about them. So we tried Tradeovate, went through their evaluation. Now I'm going to go through Apex, go through their evaluation here. That way, when people ask me about these prop firms, I can give you honest opinions by using a couple of them. But here soon, we will go back into my own personal account here. A nice little trade. And it puts profits there. One trade on the day here, 5 minutes of trading, 553.30. So kind of a weird spot right here with being below the VWAP, but the 9 above the 20. Definitely look at traders looking to take the VWAP short here. But again, the momentum is a little bit toward the upside just because of that big move up here. But there's that little VWAP rejection. You definitely would want to wait. The best entry to go short, if that's what your bias is toward, is wait for that 9-2 crossover underneath the 20, and then wait for it to retest it, and then when you get that retest fails, when to go short on this one. But this one could pop its way back up. Again, just because the momentum is a little bit to the upside here. But again, we had our high limit orders up here to go short, right? We just scaled in toward the VWAP, added all the way up to the 200 moving average. And then when we got that one nice little pullback, we already had our limit orders in there to start, take profit to the downside. So you can see 9's not over the 20 yet. Again, you want to wait for that crossover, and you want that confidence before you pull the trigger to the short. Again, I'm not going to pull the trigger on any trade just because this puts the profit target goal was 3,000. This account's $53,002.50. So I have no no wiggle room on here. There's no reason to take another trade here. Like I said, once you hit your profit goal, move it right over to that funded account. So again, that's what I'm saying. Don't pull the trigger to the short with that 9 above the 20 moving average. Even though it's below the VWAP here, below the 200 moving average, again, the best trade is you want to wait for that 9 to cross over. So right there, even though we were going short, like we talked about that, we knew we were on the wrong side of this trade. When that 9 kind of crossed over the 20 moving average and kind of getting above the VWAP. This is the area to scale in, but again, that's why you see I had the stop loss up there, because if this would have continued on, you got to be able to cut those losses quick. But again, you kind of know after a big move like that, now typically you're not going to see that big of a pullback where you have that continuation pullback. But luckily for us, we were able to get out, let's take our profits and lock it up here. But kind of right here is no man's land. Again, now once that 9 crosses over the 20 and you're back below that VWAP, that's where I would pull the trigger if you're looking for another trade here. But right here, it looks like it's going to consolidate right underneath that VWAP here a little bit. So right there, starting to see that 9 crossover. So there you go. So here's the pullback starting. If you want to look for shorts here, I would wait for the next candle, wait for the retest of that 9 and 20. As long as it fails off there, I would pull the trigger to the short side. Man, market really falling apart. Let's check our buddy out in NVIDIA here. NVIDIA actually getting a little pump here, up to 874 here. Amazon off that 183 area. So here's the retest. Got kind of a doji candle here. You got to be careful of a little candle of indecision. Got some dip buyers in there, but also getting rejected off that key area. Got about 15 seconds left on this candle. As long as this candle would hold underneath this area, I would look for a short here. Again, I am this account is now, like I said, past its evaluation, so I'm not going to pull the trigger on anything because it doesn't count for nothing. Except the profit goes 3,000. That's where we're at. So what you would want to look for is a little upper shadow here. Like I said, you want to see that close below here, then you can look for short. But again, this is why it's a little tricky right here, just because you've got this area of consolidation underneath the VWAP. But that 9 and 20 moving average, you just haven't seen that clear cut, crack of it just yet. 10.08 here in the market. So big pop there. Actually, I'd be looking toward the long side here. Probably have dip buys toward this VWAP 9 and 20 moving average here. We'll look to scale in right here. Stop loss below this little lower shadow here. What I'd be looking for, so you got that nice little 1 minute candle, looking for the 1 minute pullback here. Want to see it hold support. Then what I'd be looking for is that 200 moving average breakout. And I would look to scale out above that 200 moving average here. So I'd start to get filled here. Be filled on the VWAP. Would have just got filled there on that 9 moving average. Probably wouldn't have got filled on that 20 moving average, just depending if it would have filled me there or not. So I'd be in here probably with 2 contracts right now. Again, I'd be looking to hold here. Stop loss would be below this lower shadow. Be looking for this 200 moving average breakout here. And I would look to scale out as soon as you start to see that 200 moving average breakout. So let's see if this trade would work out here. Let's see if it gets up to that 200 moving average and then breaks out. I could also see this kind of consolidating between this VWAP and 200 moving average, which isn't bad if that does happen, because you'll start to see that 9 and 20 start to continue to creep up, and then once it gets above that VWAP, this will be primed for a nice little pump here. So again, hypothetical trade here. I'm in here 2 contracts. Like I said, I just can't take it because I just hit the profit target on this evaluation account. So I'm going to hold it and then start the live account starting tomorrow. But again, I'd be in here 2 contracts. I would have bought that little dip down there. Potentially 3, but hard to know if I would have got filled there on that 20 moving average or not. But again, I think we're going to consolidate here right above the VWAP, right underneath that 200 moving average. As that 9 continues to slowly creep up, as well as that 20, this will be prime for that 200 moving average breakout here. And then I'd be looking to take profits on that breakout. And then once it's above that 200 moving average, your stop loss would be below the 200 moving average as well. So let's see here. Let's see how long this wants to consolidate here between that 9 or that VWAP and 200. Again, the target would be that 200 moving average breakout. Then we got room if it does break out above there. I mean, I doubt the market moves this high, but I mean, 507.61 is the next resistance area on the daily chart. If really you're looking at the 1 minute chart here, probably taking profits around 51.10, depending on how aggressive you want to hold this. There's a little 20 moving average, little bounce play there. See the lower shadow coming in, buyer stepping up to the plate here, keeping this up. Again, you'd be continually moving your stop loss up. Stop loss now would probably be closer to 50.98, because now if this breaks with the 9 getting above the VWAP and this 20 creeping up, if this does break below the 20 moving average, it could have a pretty nasty fall. I mean, very unlikely that that happens, but it could. But this is going to be prime for that, again, especially with that lower shadow for this 200 moving average breakout. Again, hypothetical trade, but I would have jumped in right there. There's where my limit orders would have been. Potentially, I know I'm in at least 2 contracts here, potentially third if I would have got filled there or not. I don't know. But I'm still holding here, looking for that 200 moving average breakout here. And as soon as I start to see it break out, I'd be scaling out. So here's a little pop. I'd still be holding here. Get a little upper shadow there, showing a little weakness. Other traders probably taking profits here. I'd be looking for this to continue to move higher here, though. I'd be at least looking for right around that 51.10 area. Let's see that big breakout here. Especially if it closes above here. So there's a little pop here. Let's see if this really starts to run here. Again, I'd be in here with 2 contracts. Stop loss now would be below the 200 moving average with these last 2, so I'd be guaranteed to take profit off this. But I probably have limit orders up here to 51.10, and then, like I said, just kind of let this ride. So there we go. There's the pop. Let's see if it gets up there to that 51.10 area. So there we go. Be looking to take profits here, at least 1 contract. I'd leave the other contract running here and put it below that 200 moving average. So now this is a risk-free trade. You've already locked up some good money here. Ran right into that 51.10 area here. Again, your stop loss would be right below this 200 moving average. I mean, our entries are all the way down here. So talk about a nice little run here. Hopefully you guys caught this. Then again, stop loss below the 200, and then really going to let this ride because there's a lot of upside potential here. It's really up to you and your account, but I mean, next profit target, I mean, this really starts to run here. You're looking toward that 51.14 here on the ES. So we are running into that 505.23 area as well, which is right at that 51.10 area. That's why I said I wanted to take a little profit there. You can see here on the daily chart where I've got that 505.28 area marked out. But again, I'd let this last contract run. Again, stop loss is going to continually to be adjusted below the 200 moving average. I wouldn't want to see a pullback that dips below that. But again, you do have greater upside potential here. Again, 51.14 with that last contract would be a target. Anybody actually take that? Probably just would have got stopped out right there on this lower shadow with this last contract, but still a very, very nice profit there. Like I said, that dip buy right there underneath the VWAP, taking profits all the way at that 51.10 area on one contract, and then stopping out there probably, toward that 51.05 area on that other contract. Man, talk about some volatility today. Man, that's a big pullback off that 51.10 area, off that resistance area. Oh, nice, Steve. 400 or 457 on that last trade. Yeah, that was a nice. That was a nice trade. It worked out for us like that, but it did get a little dicey kind of when it started to poke its head right here above that 200 moving average. I mean, we knew that, like I said, that 504.94 area was a little bit of resistance, but this actually could, like I said, they always have that 1 minute pullback. Luckily, we got a 1 minute pullback that was like hefty enough for us to scale out and take our profits off of it. But what was worrisome is as it closes above that 200 moving average, which we didn't want to see, and that's why the stop losses were up there at that 51.10 area, is that 1 minute pullback. It bounced off. If it would have bounced off the 200 and kept going, we would have got stopped out on that. But like I said, luckily we were pretty high here with waiting for our shorts to come to us. Like I said, because it already made a pretty, hefty move before we even jumped into the short side. Started to run out of steam, and that's when we caught it on the fall. But you always got to manage your risk. Like I said, I knew right here we were getting, it was getting a little dicey. We were getting on the wrong side of the trade. But 10:19 here. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to grab some more coffee here, especially since I'm not taking any trades in this account. Again, this account will be funded here. Oh man, I'm sorry. My mic was muted. Did you guys hear anything? I'm over here talking to myself. But anyway, here. So again, just like what we did on this previous trade here on the short side, as the 9 is crossed back over the 20, we're back below that VWAP. Look for this to pump back up toward that 20 moving average. Average would be my first scaling point all the way up to that VWAP area. I was getting coffee, but I came back. I'm over here talking to myself. But yeah, whatever. Doesn't take me that long to get coffee. Well, like I said, as the 9 is crossed over the 20, you're back below the VWAP. We're back bearish today. We do have that 503 support that it's kind of bouncing off of. So again, I'd be waiting to pull the trigger for the short here if I was going to actively trade this account. A little lower shadow, a little liquidity grab down there at 502.80. Again, I'd be looking to go short toward the 20 moving average here. again, not much to do here as the market continues to pull back. Again, we're like waiting for that little pop back up. I would get short here toward that 20 moving average. But again, market, if it wants to slowly continue to creep its way down, it's got room to fall all the way down to 500. Would be the target here toward the short side if you were looking for a longer term hold. NVIDIA popping its way back down to the 870s here. Like I said, I did scale my way into those NVIDIA puts. Again, it's a longer term hold. And we'll have to continue to monitor it because I got to watch the IV on that one. Like I said, if the market, like with these big drops, it's going to kind of push IV high for us, which is good for our contracts. But again, we also have time decay on those. So again, we'll pay attention. I was able to scale in 2 contracts. I'm looking to kind of build a position around 5 to 10 contracts. I know they're expensive. Like my cost average right now is 114.60 on them, which is 11,000. For every one contract's $11,460. I've got 2 of them. No, they're expensive, but I believe, like I said, we had talked about that for a while. They are going to pay off for us as NVIDIA is just completely overvalued, and we finally started to see the average daily volume kind of come down on NVIDIA, as well as the technical analysis tells us that it's got room to fall, and it correlated with the S&P 500, that the S&P 500 was going to fall as well. That naturally going to bring NVIDIA down. But right now, the 890 puts that we're in, sitting around, here, let's look those up here. The October 18th, 890 put, sitting around 121.80 here. Again, our cost average is 114.60. So, something about up $14,000 on those NVIDIA puts as of right now, which isn't bad for about a 3-day return. But again, we're going to be looking to profit more off of them. If NVIDIA wants to pop higher, we can continue to scale our way in. You can see it's what we were looking for, the 9 below the 20 here on NVIDIA. S&P 500 has also broke the trend here. Again, the strategy is the exact same as it is on the daily chart, as it is on the 1-minute chart. So if you wanted to be, if you couldn't trade, every day from 9:45 to 11, if you've got, other obligations in the morning, you can also use this as a swing pattern, right? If this pops up, you could scale your way in, be like, oh, I'm going to take, future contracts short here on the 20 moving average, and then just kind of have a longer term hold on them. Again, be looking for this here to kind of pop its way back up toward that 20 moving average. I'd be looking to scale my way into some shorts here. Again, I'm not going to pull the trigger. Again, this is an evaluation account that just hit its profit target, so there's no point in trading this. It doesn't do any good. And this will be a funded account by tomorrow. Nice little upper shadow here. Got about 12 seconds left on this candle here. If this candle closes below the 9 moving average, I would probably buy about 2 contracts to the short side here. So hand on the trigger, going short right here. So I'd be short right at this level here. It's 50, 85, 75 area. Looking for this to fall back down to the 50.81. I'll be in here 2 contracts looking for the scalp. We'll add up to the 20 moving average here. holding short 2 contracts, 50.80 or 50.85.75. Again, next add would be 50.90 here. If it pops back up to the 20 moving average. So there we go. There's the pullback starting to come in. Sitting about break even on these 2 contracts. Again, looking for this to fall all the way back down to that 50.80, 125 area. So there we go. Starting to pull back here. So again, next add is off the 20 moving average. So right there, we'll be adding 2 contracts in here with 4 contracts. Cost average is going to be toward that 50.88.25 area. This is where it gets interesting when you scale in right here. Now you're going to want to look for the pullback and look to take some contracts off as it comes back down to the non-moving average. There's a little upper shadow starting to come in here. I'm looking for this to pull back. So you're looking for the pullback here on this one. You would still want to be holding short here. Stop loss would be up to 50.94 if it had a big pop up there. But typically what you'll see is you'll see this try to make this like breakout move, but as long as the 9 is not above the 20 moving average, you'll also see these like fall back apart down to support. So we're still holding 2 contracts here, or 4 contracts here to the short side. stop loss is going to be 50.94 here, or if that 9 starts to cross over the 20, we start to see that upside momentum. Right now, still sitting good. Like I said, you'll see that pullback, most likely come in here. But again, we would protect our investment. Like I said, 50.88.25. You're starting to see the pullback kind of come in here a little bit. Almost, like I said, we're almost sitting right around. I mean, we're down here with the 4 contracts at 50.88.25 price. But once we get this to go below this 9 moving average, we'll start to get paid off here. Again, we know what our stop loss is. We know where our take profits are. So 1047 here in the market. Again, this account is now going to be a funded account past the evaluation here on Apex. Again, we've done trade day. Now we've done Apex. Again, we'll get payouts. And then I'll be back to my own personal funded account. Again, just wanted to trade these prop firms. Kind of let you guys know my opinion on them after going through the whole process. 50.88.25 cost average here, starting to get into the danger zone as this is kind of wanting to consolidate above this 9 or this 20 moving average here. 9 slowly starting to creep up, but as of right now, we're still bearish as we are below the VWAP 200 moving average. 9's below the 20. Again, stop loss is going to be up to that 50.94 here with these 4 contracts. Starting to make a little bit of a push here. So we would get stopped out right here. This is really starting to make a big run. Next areas for shorts here is going to be up to that VWAP and 200 moving average. That's where I'd be setting new limit orders now, especially after this big move to the upside. Definitely got some room to come back down here. So we would have took an L right there, pretty decent L. Probably about a $700-800 L right there. Now that this direction's kind of clear here, we know where to short, but the 9's kind of crossing over the 20. We can also look for the 1 minute pullback, look for it to hold this 9 and 20 moving average, jump into here toward the long side, actually look to ride this up toward the VWAP area. So there's your little pullback. Let's see if it holds here before we jump in. So I need to see this to hold. Be looking to jump in here with 2 contracts here as long as we can hold this 9 and 20. If not, this may start to trend back to the downside and we can look toward the short side here. I think this is going to hold. My hand would be on the trigger to buy here. Got about 20 seconds. Want to make sure that we hold this 9 and 20 before I would pull the trigger on this. Again, these are all hypothetical trades as this is a valuation account is now hit its profit target, so no reason to pull the trade. Just kind of giving you my thoughts on what I would do in these situations here. If we close below this 9 and 20, I'm going short here. All right, going short here, 2 contracts. Going to add as it pops back up. So we're in here short 2 contracts looking for this to fall all the way down. There we go, starting to make some good money on these 2 contracts. Still looking for this to kind of fall apart here. Remember, we got a little bit of money to make after this trade goes against us. So really looking for this to fall all the way back down to that 50.81 area. So really no support through here. I'm actually looking to add here as it pops up right here. I'm going to add 2 contracts. Into here, back in here with 4 contracts here. Again, still looking for this to fall all the way down to this 50, 80, 125 area. If we can get this nice little move toward the downside here, we can make back the 4 contracts we lost here. We can make this money back very quickly. Nice little upper shadow. Let's see this to continue to go down here. I'd have scale out entries here all along this 50.84 all the way, you know, kind of between 50.84 all the way down to this 50.81 to take profits. Going to give this a little bit of breathing room here, but again, we are still bearish here on the day. We are below the 200 moving average. The VWAP, the 9 is below the 20, and we have been selling off here. Stop loss will be tight on this one at 50.92. Kind of getting a little choppy here. See if we can get this nice little red candle in here. It's in about break even here with these 4 contracts. Again, tighter stop loss, 50.92 is our stop on the ES. Ooh, a little overshadow is not good to see here. We're going to see that strong red candle come back down, try to push this all the way back down. Again, take profits would be between 50.84 all the way down to 50.81.25. Our cost average would be about 50.89.25. $10.54 here in the market. Right now, just kind of consolidating. There's that nice little pullback. Let's see, hopefully we get this to continue to the downside. We know where our take profit areas are. We want to see that nice pullback. Probably not going to see anything crazy here this late in the day here at 10:55. I want to try to pull this hypothetical trade out here, because that's exactly how I would play this. Sitting here with 4 contracts here. Nice little upper shadow coming in here. We're about break even on these contracts. Again, 50.92 would be our stop. We know where our take profits is. It's all the way down to that 50.84. But right now we're real choppy along this. and we're getting close to 11 o'clock. So if we get a big drop here, even if it doesn't hit our profit targets, we would probably just lock this up. So we're starting to see a little bit of a pullback here. All right, there's the start. Kind of starting to see some selling pressure. 1057 here in the market. Let's see if we can get one more drop into here. So I'll probably be selling one contract here to start to take some profit, start to limit risk. I'll probably take another contract here, take some profit. I'm going to leave these last two here at break even, 50, 89, 25. Let the last two sit there at that 50, 84 area. So let's see what would happen here. So still wouldn't have them. Wouldn't hit my stop just yet. Looking for this big pullback here. Again, we're looking for this, like I said, these last two contracts to go down to that 50, 84 area. Just because I would be getting close to 11 o'clock where my edge starts to fade away. The last two here would be right at break even at 50, 89, 25. Which is right above the non-moving average, but still holding these to the short side, looking for 50, 84 or lower. Still be holding this short. Wouldn't hit the stop loss just yet. Again, stop losses break even on the last two contracts. The other two looking for this to drop. Probably going to get stopped out there, break even on the rest, which is fine. We already took some profit off that trade. So that's going to be it for me. Like I said, this is now we'll be moving into a funded account. Started tomorrow. The evaluation here is passed. So nice little day here. One trade, one banger, 553.30 here on the day. So that is going to be it for me. Did have this recorded, so I'll get this posted. So that's going to be it for me. You guys have a good one. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.